This is White versus the Sicilian, Lesson 9, Part 4, and we're dealing with the dragon variation, and here we are at White's 21st move of h5, and G takes h5, g5, and here, before we looked at knight to d5, now we're going to look to knight to e8. And this would go simply with rook e4, queen c7, rook h4, with the intention of rook takes h5, etc. So that's that variation. So let's back up some and continue more with the main line here. It's backing up a lot, actually. So here we're now at the 13th move of rook f c8. Now, here we have a response of rook c1. For the moment, White has to tread carefully. He overprotects the c2 square and prepares as necessary to advance c2 to c4 in order to safeguard the d5 pawn. a5. Now let's say that Black instead had played a6. So now White can play g4, b5, g5, knight h5, bishop h3, bishop takes d4, bishop takes c8, bishop e5. Black will regain the exchange. Bishop g4, bishop f4, queen d4, bishop takes c1, rook takes c1, knight g7, c4, bishop takes c4, queen takes c4. And White has a small edge in this endgame, which was played by Hastert versus Lamens. Maybe it was Lamens versus Ghent. Sorry about that. So now let's go back to Black plays a5. So now White plays bishop to b5. The bishop manually blocks any pawn sacrifice with b7 to b5. It also makes the e7 pawn less secure by preventing rook e8. a4, c4. Georgiev's queenside is now a solid wall that bars any approach by the black pieces towards his king. Knight d7, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, h4. Just the way we like it. Black has come to a dead end on the queen side, and we can push all our pawns at the black king, who has lost the chief defender of his dark squares. f6, g4, knight c5, f4, rook g8, rook ce1, rook af8, h5, g5, f takes g5, f takes g5, h6 check, even stronger than taking on g5. King h8, queen d4 check, rook f6, rook h f1, queen d8. The peril of the black king is shown by the variation rook g f8, which follows rook takes f6, e takes f6, queen takes f6 check, rook takes f6, rook e8 check, and mate follows on the next move. Queen d8, Rook takes e7, queen takes e7, queen takes f6 check, queen takes f6, rook takes f6, rook g6, rook takes g6, h takes g6. So black won't be mated, but the endgame is lost for him, as the bishop is superior to the knight, and the black king is too far away to prevent white staging a breakthrough on the queen side, where he already has 4 to 3 pawn majority, and the a4 pawn is a ready target. King c2, king h7, king c3, b6, king b4, knight d3 check, king a3, knight e5, c5. A brilliant move that not only creates a passed pawn for white, but also prevents black from acquiring one by winning time for the bishop to defend g4.